Okay, Coach, well, it wouldn't be Florida without this. A heavy tropical rainstorm coming down just prior to kickoff here in Tampa at Raymond James Stadium. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Dallas Cowboys and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
Let's go. Check 99. Check 99.
Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game as he'll lose yardage to start things out. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
At the 26-yard line.
Here we go. Slide in. 52's the mic. Here we go. Let's bring it. Let's go. We're going to 52.
Out of the gun, it's Elliott. Tackle made by Justin Evans.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
And third down is a key down in any game you play. And third down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And that ball's going to angle out at the 3-yard line. A beauty.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb.
Ready. Move ready. Watch the run. Watch the run.
A first carry for Kenyon Drake. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage.
They've got to do a better job up front and create some space because they're right there, almost literally on their own goal line.
Just a couple of feet away from a safety. That could have been disastrous. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Out of his end zone, Winston. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. 15 yards on the play, first down.
One of the selling points of the corner route is usually the receiver is able to move away from the defender. But in this case, he didn't get that far away.
So that last play gives him a little more space now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line. Winston. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
Ready. Flag. What is that? Bring it. Let's go.
The first carry now. This is Johnson.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Brings up 3rd and 7.
Ready? Black 22.
57 to Mike. Get in the weight room. Get in the weight room.
On 3rd down, Winston. Eluding and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. DeMarcus Lawrence. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And a 3 and out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
Watch tight end. We got three, fellas. We got
We're going to 52. 26.
On 2nd down, Elliott. He can't get him down. Still on his feet. And he's able to get across midfield and down into Buccaneer territory. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
A gain of 6 yards. And it's
touchdown.
They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And Elliott trying to work his way forward, but it looks like he did not make it. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And now on 4th and 1, it's a fake. And the gamble pays off. They get the first. Anxious moments there on the fake, but they do get just enough to pick up the first down.
There we go. Forward in.
52 right here. Check 26, check 26.
We're going to 54. Right here. 26.
A first down carry by Elliott. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. On 2nd down now, it's Elliott. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
Here we go. Here we go. Forward in. 47. 26.
3rd and short yardage. Prescott. That one complete to Elliott. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 26.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
And they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
First and goal, Dallas.
No score after one on EA Sports. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession as they go to work on a 1st and goal.
52's the mic. Cover this way. Here we go. We're going to 54. Line in. Check nickel.
Now Elliott. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott with touchdown number 8 on the year, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after's up and good, and it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Winston being chased out left. And avoids the contact by sliding. For a big guy, Jameis sure can move. Did a nice job there picking up the 1st down with his legs. He is tough to bring down, Jameis Winston. Yeah, Charles, I remember calling a baseball game of his. He played baseball at Florida State, too. And you saw his legs, tree trunks sprayed in to those baseball pants. I said, how could anybody bring this guy down?
And that's part of the beauty of his game because he has that toughness, that thick body. He may not beat you sprinting, but he's real sharp with his mind, and he knows how to get away from people.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Off the play fake, Winston. That's complete to Nauta, the tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 12 yards there and a 1st down. They were in zone defensively, went with a crossing route. It's always interesting to watch that chess match.
Yeah, and I think safeties don't mind crossing routes against zone because eventually you're going to run into their territory, and that's when they lick their chops in order.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jalen Smith. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Elliott gets past one man. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. That good for 22 and a 1st down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
They keep on the ground with Elliott. And finding room to work, he's down to the 2-yard line. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
Some good, strong running right there. Some power and some explosiveness just about got him into the end zone.
On 2nd down, it's Elliott, and he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott, his 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. And this is no good. Missed the PAT, so they fail to connect, and this remains a 13-0 game. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This one fielded at the 5. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
On second down, Johnson. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy, let him pick up the first down.
Ready. Blue lady. Set.
Hey, let's pin the mirrors back and go full strength.
They stay on the ground on first for Johnson. Xavier Woods, the free safety, up to make the tackle.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Ready.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Flip it. Let's go.
From the shotgun, it's Winston. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
That's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Ready. Blue lady. Hey. 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. Let's go.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. It's a first down following a gain of 3.
First and 10 at the 44-yard
A pair of first downs gives them a 1st and 10 up at the 44. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
Let's go, baby.
We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll send you cross-state to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have all the stats and all the scores from games going on during another busy Sunday in the National Football League. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. On 2nd and 9, Winston escaping the pressure right. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
This defense is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. From the gun, Winston. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Reggie Ragland. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 49-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him, because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
That was a nice grab. Just couldn't get the feet down, right? You need that toe tap sequence there. Whatever size shoe he's wearing, probably need about a half size smaller to complete that one.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now Prescott. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
An incomplete pass on second down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And in a spot like this, still more than a minute, I think if you put something on the board before halftime, that would go a long way towards helping them get back into the game.
There actually is something to the psychology of the game at times, isn't there? How much better would they feel running into the locker room, as you noted, with something on the board in a positive fashion? You're exactly right. It's a great opportunity to get that done.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. He was looking for Chris Godwin that time. But now it'll be third down.
Another dangerous throw there, partner. I mean, he's already thrown 2 interceptions here in the first half. I don't know if you want to keep throwing up 50-50 balls when you've had that kind of lack of success.
Yeah, absolutely. Very well could have been a third interception in half number 1. They'll set up the screen to Drake. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. 5 yards on the screen, but that'll take us to 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
Yeah, he was looking for the check-up bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Set the tone, defense. Set the tone, defense. Let's go. Check 50. Check 50.
Hey, kill.
Banjo.
Here we go. Go to 54. Go to 54. Line in.
54's Mike. 54's Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. You ain't doing nothing today. You ain't doing nothing.
We're going to 53.
Final play of the half. Prescott. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far at second down. So we've reached the intermission in what right now is a 13-point game. As we send you a stone's throw away across I-4 to Orlando. There standing by is Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, and this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Jameis to throw it. He gets this one to Johnson. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up, D.
Working out of the gun, Winston. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. Shaquille Barrett in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Here's Bradley Pinion now as he's on to punt for Tampa Bay. It'll be a net of 40 yards following a punt of 44. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Hey, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10.
Let's go, D, let's go. Hey, let's get there.
Here we go, 46, 46. Here we go, going to 54, going to 54, wide in.
Shoot.
Here we go, going to 54, wide in.
49, check 49, check 49.
26.
Here's Prescott. He's going to air one out for Anderson. And that's caught inside the 35. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 36 yards on the play.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game.
So we're going to 53. 26.
Draw play. Elliott. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. A loss of 2 there. 2nd down.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
Watch the crowd. 26. Here we go, going to 54, going to 54, wide in. 26.
Again, it's Elliott. And he's got about 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 25.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Here we go, wide in.
52 right here. I got it.
Hey, kill.
52 is the mark, boy. 52. Watch the run. Watch the run. Watch the run.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. And that hits the right upright and caroms away. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, close game, second half. You obviously hate to leave 3 out on the field.
Especially in a game like this when you know points are hard to come by. That was one of their best opportunities so far, and they come away with nothing.
On 1st and 10, Winston. Flushed out right. And Winston lost the football. And it's picked up by the Cowboys. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. And maybe that one caused by the weather. Of course, the rain coming down. Charles, can you maybe, when you're carrying that football, grip it too tight in the rain?
I think that you can, and it's such a delicate balance, too, because when you grip it so tight, sometimes it'll slip out from your body. You squeeze it too hard, and it'll pop out on its own. I've actually had running backs talk to me about that, that when they've tried too hard, even in perfect conditions, the ball gets away from them. They've got to find that good balance, carrying it firmly, yet at the same time under control.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
They go to Elliott again. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
Flush to his right. So no sack. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but it'll still bring up a 4th down.
But there was pressure all around him, so the only play was to try and get out of there. I think it was an excellent effort by him just to get back to the line of scrimmage.
The kick by Maher is good. And that's going to make this a 16-0 ball game. So he missed that field goal earlier, but he says not this time. Able to knock it through, give his guys 3.
I like his poise. I like his confidence, his belief in himself. Sometimes when you miss that first one, you'll see a lot of guys sag and they can't make the next one. Not in this case. Stepped right up like a pro.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 5.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now a draw play with Drake. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th.
But if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
This is taken at the 23. Just a net of 34 there following a punt of 44 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Now the throw pulled in by Anderson. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
Out of bounds at the 37-yard line. A gain of 4.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
What you got, Heavy? Give me some. Give me some. What we got? Rush in. Rush in. Rush in. 5-2 is the mic. Mike 5-2. Mike 5-2.
Here we go, 47.
Check curls. Check curls. Check curls. Check 31. Check 31.
26.
To throw is Prescott. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away, and now it's 3rd. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. And that's Elliott, complete. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
A gain of 7. 1st down, Dallas.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. Before they can snap it, time runs out on this 3rd quarter of play. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On 1st and 10, Prescott. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. Prescott now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. They'll throw again. Prescott. Open man is Robbie Anderson. 11 yards and a Cowboy first down.
A gain of 11 on the play. First down, Cowboys.
Here we go.
Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant.
Hey, 47.
Where's 52? Watch 52. 52's the mic.
Gun. Check out. We're going to 54. Wide in. 26.
First down, Prescott. He's going to find Gallup here complete. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. And again, it's Prescott. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The 305-pound Ndamukong Suh finding the path to the QB there.
Enough takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
They'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long.
Go. Get out there. Here we go. Going to 54. Wide in. 26.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. He's got a man complete. It's Amari Cooper. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a first down.
This will be fielded at the 6. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points. You feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. The Notre Dame man, Jalen Smith, able to get a hand in and knock it away. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense is well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Watch the screen. Pass.
Following the penalty, it's Johnson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. First down, Tampa Bay there, a gain of 13. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Here's Johnson. A nice little juke, and he's got this down to the 35. That's good for a Buccaneer first, a pickup of 12 yards.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, This intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. From the gun, it's Drake. And down inside the 15 he goes. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Finally, a first red zone opportunity for these guys. They have a 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line. They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. And here he'll get it down to the 7. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Let's go, tight end. Let's go right here now.
And the pressure will get to him. He goes down. Now there is a flag on the play, but this looks like holding on the offense.
That's how we do it.
The Bucks on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 7. Throwing, Winston. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
Come on, Lyle. Come on, Lyle. We better not.
So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. To throw, Winston. And this is going to be incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Cowboys' defense is going to get them the football back.
It's a party now. It's a party now. Check.
We're going to 53.
They start on the ground with Elliott. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. And Ndamukong Suh makes the tackle. They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
There you go. Sway. Sway to A.
Not today. Slam.
Here you go. Go to 54. Go to 54. Line in. There you go. Go to 53. 26.
Now Prescott. Looking for Cooper, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And it's a pick 6. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD. Matt Gay on for the extra point. The PAT up and good, but hold on a second. There is a flag. Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And checking the timeouts, they do have 2 defensively, but no real need to use them as they're not going to be able to stop the clock after that. Elliott on 1st down, going to get about 3 before he's taken down. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7.
There you go. Kill. There you go. Go to 53. 26.
They'll keep it on the ground. Elliott. Power running by Zeke. Ezekiel Elliott going to take it the distance. A big gain there, and that should certainly be enough to put this one in the win column.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
And he'll bring this one inside the 35. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So they come up on second down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. The D can only stop it one more time as they take the knee.
Here we go.
So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys. And it was their defense that really paved the way to this victory as they allowed the 1 touchdown, and that was all she wrote.
Almost want to do the defense chant right now, right? Defense with a couple of claps in there, but no one wants to hear that from me. Let's just talk about how they got it done, though. When you take care of every aspect of the game, shut down the run, control the airways, right? Make sure the quarterback is harassed. This type of performance you get. They can't fashion together any offense, no consistency, and they just took control.
So for the Cowboys, their good start continues as they get their record up to 4-2. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Buccaneers, it's yet another loss as they've started out now 0-7. And they'll get an extra week to think about it as the midseason bye might be coming at just the right time. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon.